All right, if you're a creator, you know this feeling, right? You are swimming in this absolute sea of online tools, and every single one of them is promising you the secret sauce to go viral. But how do you actually tell the difference between a real growth partner and, well, a digital ghost that's just after your data or your money? So let's figure out how to build a toolkit that's a true asset, not a liability.
So, you've poured your heart and soul into creating this amazing content. But in today's world where algorithms basically rule everything, great content is only half the battle. You know, as the team at TrendTags puts it, content is king, but discoverability is the kingdom. So the real question is, how do you get the keys to that kingdom and make sure all your hard work actually gets seen?
Okay, so to figure this out, we're going to do something a little different. Instead of just rattling off a list of features, we're going to actually dissect a best-in-class tool as a case study. By understanding its anatomy, right, we can build a blueprint for what every single creator should be looking for in any growth partner they're thinking about using.
The very first principle you have to look for is real-time data. I mean, on platforms like TikTok and YouTube, you know how it is. A trend can literally be born and die in less than 24 hours. A tool that's relying on historical data, it's already obsolete. A top-tier tool like our case study TrendTags, it taps directly into the live search suggestions of these platforms. This means the keywords you get are what people are searching for right now, and that gives you a massive, massive competitive edge.
And this next point is absolutely crucial. A great tool doesn't just dump a pile of data on your lap and say, good luck. It educates you. This table shows the strategy, sure, but the why behind it is what's important. It tells you why you should keep titles under 60 characters, so they don't get cut off on mobile. It explains why you should only use 3 or 5 hashtags, so you don't trigger spam filters. See? It's a partner in your strategy, not just some data vending machine.
This transparency thing even extends to how the tool is built, which is a huge, huge factor for trust. A reliable partner isn't afraid to show you what's under the hood. TrendTags, for example, is totally open about using a modern, secure tech stack. And this is the most important part. They name the development team behind it Code with Bitwizards. And that creates a layer of professional accountability that is just so often missing in this whole viral tool space. You know who built it, and you know they're proud of their work. So this whole idea of transparency brings us to a really critical distinction that every creator needs to understand: the difference between a transparent glass box and an opaque black box. Let's compare two tools to really see what this looks like in the real world.
So here's what that difference actually looks like. With a glassbox tool like TrendTags, the development team is public. The privacy policy is crystal clear and compliant, and they're all about data minimalism. But with a black box like any social downloader, you're left asking, wait, who are the owners? Where's the contact info? What in the world are they doing with my data? The answers are unknown. So the crucial question is, which one are you more willing to trust with your channel's growth?
And look, this quote from a technical analysis really just nails it. That layer of professional accountability is everything. When you know who is behind a service, you have a baseline of trust. When you don't, you're basically handing your keys to a complete stranger.
You know, because sometimes that black box isn't just hiding some sloppy code or a lack of customer support. Sometimes it's hiding an outright scam. And to really understand what to watch out for, we need to listen to the creator community itself.
The first major red flag comes from a Reddit user talking about a service called Trendgram fake testimonials. Social proof is so powerful, which is exactly why scammers just invent it. If you see a bunch of glowing reviews, just take 30 seconds to check them. Do these accounts actually exist? This user actually did it, and you know what they found? A total ghost town.
The second red flag is a manipulated reputation. This user noticed that Trendgram had paid for articles on different websites to make themselves look legitimate in search results. It's such a classic tactic, right? Creating this paper-thin layer of credibility. Real reviews and real discussions, those are earned, not bought.
And look at that. We're right back to that whole black box problem again. An incomplete or super vague privacy policy is one of the biggest warning signs you will ever see. It's a deliberate choice to be unclear about who they are and what they're doing with your information. If they won't put their policies in writing, there's no way you can trust them with your data.
Okay, let's boil all of this down into a super simple, actionable checklist for you. Number 1, verify the testimonials. Are they real people? Number 2, be skeptical of those unsolicited emails promising you the world. 3, check the fine print. A vague or missing privacy policy is an absolute deal breaker. And 4, go search for independent reviews on places like Reddit, not just the paid articles they want you to see.
All right, so we've taken apart a good tool, we've spotted the red flags on a bad one. Now let's put it all together into a final framework.
This is about building a toolkit that you can actually genuinely trust as a foundation for your growth.
So what's with this number, 115 plus? Well, it's the 115 plus websites built by Code with Bitwizards, the very same team behind our case study tool. This isn't just a random number, it's a proxy for experience and stability. You're not just betting on some fly-by-night operation. You're partnering with a team that has a deep, deep portfolio of real-world work.
Okay, this is it. Let's boil everything we've talked about down to one final super powerful checklist. The next time you're looking at any growth tool, just ask these 5 questions. 1. Transparency. Do they name their developers? 2. Technology. Is it built on modern, secure frameworks? 3. Strategy. Does it actually educate you or just hand you data? 4. Privacy. Is the policy clear and compliant? And 5. Support. Is there a clear way to get help? If you can't get a confident yes to all 5 of those, you should probably just walk away.
So I'm going to leave you with this one thought. Viral features and flashy dashboards, they're easy to promise, but they are completely worthless without a foundation of transparency, accountability, and trust. The real question isn't what a tool can do for you in the next 10 minutes, but whether it's a partner you can truly rely on for the long haul. Choose wisely.